but at approximately 7 p.m., our officers responded to Patton Park while hundreds of people were in the park gathered on this Easter Sunday. There were several shots fired in which we responded to. We believe during our preliminary investigation that an incident or altercation amongst a group of males occurred in the park, which stemmed to several shots being fired. At this time, we don't have any suspects in custody. This park was full of people, full of families, and we know people saw things today. With this incident, we need people to come forward with any information that you may have concerning this incident. No matter how much, how big, how small you may think it is, it's valuable to us tonight. It's time we have to stand up for our communities when things like this happen. This was a park full of people. There were several children in the park tonight. So if you have information, please give us a call directly at 205-254-1764, or you could dial Crime Stoppers and remain anonymous. That would be 254-7777. Anyone have any questions?
Was the one that was killed, did he die in the car, or was he?
It was actually a female, 32 years of age, found just in the passenger back seat of the car.
She died in the car, or?
Yes, ma'am, in the car. She passed away in the car.
Was she a bystander, or was she a part of the altercation?
We believe right now that she was a bystander. There were several hundreds of people in the park. It stemmed from a group of males, got into an altercation in which gunfire was exchanged.
Were there any officers out at the park at the time?
We had officers in the area. We actually had an officer that was responding very close by that heard the initial shots, responding to an actual traffic accident. So they were actually out here working traffic, trying to clear the area and make sure that people can have an enjoyable evening. It took one incident where these suspects chose to put everybody in danger, and we had a loss of life amongst several people injured.
You know, Patton Park used to be a problem. Has it been a problem lately?
We hadn't had any problems recently, but today is a major problem.
Do you have any idea how many shots were fired? I was told maybe as much as 100.
At this time, it's unknown. We're very early on in our investigation. We're working to figure that information out. But once we gather more information, we will release the details. But it's more important that people come forward and share the information that they had. We need descriptions. We need names. We need all the information that you may have.
Can you talk a little bit more about the 4-year-old? Was it a he or she, do you know?
I don't have that information right now.
Did the 4-year-old go by private vehicle to the hospital?
It was such a fluid situation. So we do know we had one person that was transported, but in that situation we did have several that were transported private vehicle. At this time, I don't know which ones were transported private vehicle.
And the 32-year-old, was she pronounced dead on the scene, or was she also transported?
Yes, ma'am. She was pronounced deceased on the scene.
And police just released a PSA featuring children advocating against gun violence. How frustrating is it for you guys as a department to respond to a shooting where children were present? Just another example of senseless gun violence, right?
More importantly, it's frustrating for the community. People want to come out to our local parks and have a good time, enjoy their families. And this incident right here just shows we have a lot of work to do. So we're asking for that anybody that has that information come forward so we can work together, the community with the department, which we have a great relationship and people come forward all the time. We want to make sure that we get that information so we can proceed with this investigation as quick as possible and get the people that's responsible off the streets.
You said the 32-year-old was an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire. Do you know about the other victims who were shot? Were they bystanders as well, or were they involved in that initial altercation?
Well, more than likely the children were bystanders. I can't confirm the other individuals at the time. We'll have more information as this case develops.
Was there any shooting incident after this that may have been linked to any kind of another incident of gunfire, maybe in Gate City, that happened after this happened?
Right now, I know the information pertaining to this incident. If you want to give me a little time, I'll research that for you and get back with you. That'll be all the information that we have. We're working to gather more information. If you have additional questions, please email us at bpdmedia@birminghamal.gov.